Hey everybody, how's it going? And welcome to InternetBusinessBlueprint.com. My name is Steve Young, and here to share with you leadership lesson number 5 in the Millionaire Mindset and Leadership series. So here's the fifth lesson that we're going to cover. There's two things that make a huge difference in your overall success in business and in life in general. And these are going to be two things that you may be aware of, maybe not. Maybe you've heard of them, maybe you haven't. And even after I explain them, you might still kind of find it difficult to do a couple of these things. But I promise, if you get in the habit of plugging into these two types of activities, you're gonna see yourself go a lot further than you have before. All right, you ready? Here they are. Technique number one, or thing number one, is visualization. All right, now that's a pretty standard one. I know you probably have heard that, or maybe even done it before. If you're an athlete, if you've played sports in your life, I guarantee you've done this in the past, because we always see, the night before the big game, we always see how well we're going to perform that following day. I know I always did that when I was growing up playing sports. I'm sure you did as well. But it's the process of seeing things before they happen. And what it does is starts to pre-program your mind for success and pre-program you to walk into that reality as it begins to happen. And it's just a way of prepping your subconscious and prepping yourself to actually get the job done. Right? You got to see it happening. You got to believe that it's real. You've got to, if you've got a goal, let's say you've got a goal to drive a Ferrari or a Lamborghini someday or own one. You've got to smell the leather. You've got to feel what that steering wheel feels like. You've got to put yourself in position to visualize that as a reality, and it has a much higher probability of coming true than if you don't. Okay, so you're always thinking about the end state. You're always thinking about the goal that you want to accomplish, and whatever that is. And you've got to make it emotional. Don't just go, okay, there it is. But really put some time and thought into what are you going to feel like? What's it going to be like when you get to that end state? If you maybe I'll use paying off debt as an example. If you're trying to pay off some serious debt, what is it going to feel like when you write that last check or you send that last payment in through your online banking and you don't owe anybody anything anymore? Right? That's the kind of visualization that I need you to do, because that's what's ultimately going to help lead to your success. So that's number one. Number two is something that's a little less well known, and you're probably gonna, I promise you'll have some difficulty with it up front, because everybody does. But the quicker you can get better at it, the faster you're going to see results from it. And that is watching how you speak, right? Watching the words that come out of your mouth, because whatever's inside comes out. And you want to start working on being a very positive individual. You want to start working on saying what you want, not what you don't want. Talking about the good things that are happening, not the bad things. The world is full of people that talk about the bad things, and the world is full of people that are broke and don't have anything in life that they want, and don't live very good family lives, and don't have very good spiritual lives, and don't have a whole lot of friends except the ones they all sit around and complain with. So don't add to the problem, right? Be part of the solution and start talking about the good things. Start talking about the positive things. Start talking about the uplifting, goal-oriented, action-taking success things that are ultimately going to lead you and anybody that chooses to follow you to that end state of whatever your goal happens to be. Now, that doesn't mean just not speaking negative, but it also means talking about positive things and talking about positive things about you, which is often the hard part. You kind of get into a program where it's called self-talk. There's a guy out there named Shad Helmstetter. He's a great author and a great speaker on the whole personal development side of the house. And he's got a couple of great books. One of them is called What to Say When You Talk to Yourself. See, most of the conversations we have are with us, with ourselves. We talk to ourselves more than we talk to anybody else. We hear our voice more than we hear anybody else's. And ultimately what comes out of our mouths is what programs our brains, and ultimately what we feel we're going to be successful or not successful at. And so you've got to get in the process of reprogramming you, unlearning a lot of the things that you've learned in the past that have kind of kept you down, and start talking about the things that are going to get you forward. And again, I know it's a huge topic. We could spend 2 hours talking about how to do it effectively and whatnot. But pick up Shad Helmstetter's book, What to Say When You Talk to Yourself, and understand the visualization and speaking, two key components to how to actually really improve your life overall, from a business perspective, from a financial perspective, from a personal perspective. You pick an area, it'll apply. And what happens is you start to say it, reprograms your mind, it starts to happen. And we cover a lot of more information about this stuff in the free 3-part video series at InternetBusinessBlueprint.com. You can see the website on the bottom of the screen here. But it's part of our mentorship and training course, where we go through a lot of these things in detail. So if you haven't signed up for the course yet, please do. It doesn't cost anything, totally free. Just like to make sure we get that information out to everybody so that we can all hopefully build stronger, better businesses and improve the world overall. So again, Steve Young, InternetBusinessBlueprint.com, and we'll see you in lesson number 6.